Yeah. You know, my life is great. I like chicken pot pies. And so does Joey.
Dude, chicken pot pie's the shit, man.
Doggy's in the wrong room. Come on, I'll move him in here to this room where we're at. Bada bing. You're in the wrong.
I wonder which deck
Go ahead.
which deck should I do tonight?
What choices do we have?
You got the Dragon Dragonfey deck, you got the Dreams of Gaia deck, and of course the ones that I usually do with everybody is the Avalon. At least my three main. The other one you have the Santa Muerte deck, but I don't really use those. I kind of use those for personal decisions.
Yeah, I got you. What's up, Yagi?
Do you have the Joey Wheeler deck?
No.
This one would be the
Let's
Dreams of
reset. Try
Gaia.
that again. We are now live here on YouTube. Welcome. It is Metaphysical Mondays on YouTube. And to answer Yagi's question, no, we do not. But let's keep it thorough. That when the live's on, don't be a dick. All right, I know I love you. I'm gonna.
I was expecting it. I was hoping. I wish you
No,
didn't. You could have
I
let him
actually
finish.
have the Joey Wheeler Funko Pop, so it was funny. But let's
Oh, I wanted to see what he was going with it.
if you're not talking or whatever, just make sure to keep your mic muted, y'all. Just so we make sure that I'm gonna make sure mine is as well, because it should be easy to do. And Yagi's gain on his microphone is turned up to 6,000, so
Joey Wheeler deck.
you can hear his dog's fingernails walking in the middle of the house across from in the living room on
Bruh.
carpet. All right. Anyway, all right. So we're here at Metaphysical Mondays. It is November 8th, 2021. It's an amazing time. If everybody peeped yesterday's show, I appreciate you. And if you haven't, either way, I still do appreciate y'all.
Actually, funny story, right? So I'm over here waiting to for the podcast to start, and I'm fighting back from going to sleep. I end up falling asleep to the podcast, and all I can hear is Rob's voice in my dreams. Yeah, let's go! And I'm just like, I'm already pumped the fuck up. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, ready to fucking go, and I'm like, I can't do this. This is the wrong time to be pumped.
Yo, no
The
cap.
wrong
It
time to be
was
supercharged.
no, yo, it was crazy. I was just like scream. I wasn't even drinking or anything yet. You know what I mean? So it was kind of fucking. I was just raging for no reason. But I'm gonna pass it
That
over to
was
you, Mars.
raging. That felt like that was a power. Like you gave me power in my dream, and I'm just like wide the fuck awake at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I'm fucked for the rest of the day. I go in at 2, and I'm just like, I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna smoke some weed the rest of the morning.
Yeah, you don't make that face. Uh, all right, I'm gonna pass it over to Mars now. Let her take control of this. The Gaia deck would be tight.
I kind of figured you would go that way.
I think it's a good
All
idea.
right. We are going with the Dreams of Gaia deck for tonight. So these are the major and minor arcana.
If you're gonna do it like a rare reading,
A
like
rare reading.
I would suggest
You're unmuted,
shuffling the
XK.
deck. Shuffling the deck. Let the fate unravel on the OG.
I think you should read Yagi's cards tonight. That would be
No,
very interesting to hear.
No,
you did. You
first
did.
off, wait a minute. Hold up. Since you decide to open your mouth, if I could recall and remember, you wanted an all three reading of a one card, a three card, and a five card. So
No, that's
if
me. That's
if
me. That's
anybody's gonna
me.
do readings,
That's me, not
it's gonna
Yagi.
be you.
You want to do
But
mine
he
tonight?
no, here's the thing. You can't suggest somebody, I think. That's what you want. That's your impinging your will on
Well,
somebody
yeah.
else's.
I was saying I
No,
wanted to
no,
hear
no, no,
Yagi.
no, no, no. You can't do that. They have to want it first.
All right,
Not
well, fuck it. I don't
you
want to
have
hear
to want it
Yagi's
for
then.
them.
Fuck Yagi. Fuck
Otherwise,
Yagi.
that's why you
Yeah,
would pay
fuck
for a reading.
Yagi.
Not fuck Yagi, but fuck Yagi's cards.
Fuck
His cards.
Yagi. They send
You
their
are
dreams with a week in
stupid.
advance and they spend the
Yeah.
conjuring and even conjuring. So
But we
fuck
will. But
Yagi.
we'll do it in a private session, as we've discussed before.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right.
Either
Or with
way.
you. I have a lot of shit going on.
Most shit does happen when you party naked, so that
Fair.
goes and applies to all things. Whether you party naked or not, you get the gist of it. Shit happens,
Mars's shit looks so
regardless.
pixelated.
That's basically what it means.
Yeah, they can hear us on YouTube still. Sorry. Sorry, YouTube.
So, we are using
We're just here
the
having
Dreams
fun.
of Gaia deck. I figure anybody else would like to break in the deck. If not, I could go ahead and do a general reading. Read the room, read everybody in this room, if you're open to it.
I'm okay with it. I don't like to hog all the fun, so.
Oh, that could go in so many directions.
I hear you. I hear you.
All right, 1, 3, or 5 for general.
3.
Unanimously.
3 for me.
Everybody agrees with 3? Okay. Y'all tell me when to stop.
Stop.
All right.
Yeah. They were honestly they would have had you shuffle them for hours right now.
I know.
I know that's what they were
Yeah,
trying to
that's
do,
crazy.
and I looked at
I
everybody.
know.
Yeah.
We're good. We good.
Ooh. Wow. Y'all got 2 up downwards that are turning inward and 1 up. Mostly has to deal with water and air.
What's crazy is I went to church last Sunday, so I might be excommunicado from the reading. I went
Yagi, I'm gonna stop you right there. What the fuck? I'm gonna say this right now. What the fuck does that have to do
Nothing at
with
all.
energies
Absolutely
and
nothing.
the reading? Like, religion has nothing to do with spirituality.
We're good. Continue, Mars.
Okay.
Yagi's in timeout right now.
Yagi's in time. Oh.
He can't. Yagi, you that was 2 really quick, bro. You gotta spread them apart a little bit and like keep it. You can only have like 1 troll every 30 minutes. You feel
I'm
me?
done. I
All
can't.
right.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you for being here though, because it's nice to have
I love
my
you,
folks here.
Yagi. I needed that so much.
Shout outs to all the people on YouTube. Appreciate y'all as well. Always peeping the streams. It's always nice to have opinions
Shout out to
and
my
what people
favorite
feel like.
weirdos.
Let's go.
Y'all are the shit. All right, Queen of Air. When pointing downwards, it usually, when I remember, Queen of Air represents making the decisions without emotions. You are one of those people who kind of give your opinion regardless if somebody asks you or not. And 9 times out of 10, it backfires and people get upset about it. You got to learn tactfulness when people want opinions and want your advice, regardless of if you make a connection to or not. It's inward. You have to learn empathy and sympathy for people. Not everything is black and white completely or random. You have to show some compassion to those not who are not able to see things the way that you see them. That is from the past. However, the present is representing of water. Why are we not celebrating the victories that count the most, even though they're small?
Kicking Ash off the server.
But again, you are not celebrating yourself in the aspect of appreciating the little stuff that leads to the bigger things, because that's how you build foundation and solidness. You cannot forget that. In order to move forward in your present, you have to remember what held you up in the past. And if you can apply that to whatever it is that you're going through right now. If you can, hold on to that. If you cannot, then obviously that is a toxic trait that you need to reevaluate yourself. Either make it work or don't, and you have to leave it behind for good, because it's not serving you any type of purpose. It's when you want to take 5 steps forward, but you're constantly taking steps back into becoming that old you that is no longer serving anything. It needs to go. That's in your present. Your future is 3 of air, I believe. And that one has to do, oops, Hold on, give me a second. I need to find it.
Scared to know there's nothing
There we
wrong
go.
with
Three
him.
of air. Education, talent, study, willingness, guides, teachers, comprehension, communication, perception. This is the future. The three of air symbolizes the importance of education and study in
Calm
helping
down,
us to
bro.
reach our highest potential
Around
and
us, shit
reminds
is
us that
fine. You know what I
education
mean?
should
But
be
with other
thought
people, it's not like
of
a
as a
spicy, but
lifelong
to
process.
literally knock something off like a pit bull.
Life itself teaches us every experience can offer us a lesson. The
She's
people
so
around us
funny,
and
bro.
those who come into our lives can all teach us and guide us. They can give us
Might
insight
calm
into
down
who
once she
we
gets
are,
fixed, and then
into
eventually
who
it'll chill.
they are, and our
She's gonna have
relationships
one more
within
experiment with
society,
me,
nature, and our immediate
and I'll
environments.
get her fixed,
Pay
and then
attention to the
for
people who are around you.
buy a ring.
They are
That's
sponges,
except for the
and be careful how you word things. Because if you're saying things for shits and giggles and they
Bro, if I
really are
switch
hanging
again
on
back to
every
Farmville,
word,
bro, like we
you
watched
are
it again, I'm fucking excited.
kind of influencing that
I need
person
some money. I
to
seen that video and shit. I
doing
was like, bro,
things
it's
that
so
you
tight
may
to
not
see.
normally do for
They're
yourself.
so cool,
You
bro, and
know,
they're just like,
don't use
all
people
of them are
as
so
guinea
spunky and
pigs
cool,
in
and it's
order
like,
for you
yo,
to get along in
you've
life.
been real
That's not
good.
right to test, to
Just like
prey
on
on
the whole
those who
smoothie,
cannot
having that
defend
pool like
themselves
that
against your
was
intelligence or
last time we were in the
your
swept floor in the
intentions.
garage,
That's not
and we just
cool.
threw a bunch of sawdust.
You need to be a little bit more
But the sawdust just got
understanding that
outside the
not
cage and said
everybody
it's
is
all
going to
trapped in the
follow
pool.
what it is that you're leading into.
Couple of them jump
And you
out, you
should
know.
be able to
It
express
is what it
yourself
is.
in a different way
Those
that
videos are
somebody
pains in the
can
asses, but they're
understand where
probably
you're
one of the
coming
first
from
ones to go because
and
they're big.
not be manipulated
Some of
into
them are gonna be
something
a
that
buffalo size. Some of them
you
are gonna
had
be
an
normal size.
idea and
They're
you
all
kind of
gonna
want
be
to
possible.
experiment. Knowledge is great power, but with that power is
Yeah,
also
I
where lies the
know.
intentions. That is a general reading
Yeah,
for
bro, they're hella
entirety
like
of
nice
your
and shit
past,
about
present,
that
and
kind of
future.
dog.
Is to use your knowledge for good and not for your own manipulations and
This nigga
experimentations.
Carlo is technically a co-host of this. He's not here. Put a marking on his name.
That one was kind of interesting on a general read for you guys. I wasn't expecting that. What's up, Yagi?
I got you, Yagi. I can unmute you. My bad.
That was fire. And it kind
That
of
was
hit
what?
home. It was fire, and it kind of hit home like on a couple of points. But as far as like a general, I know it means other shit to other niggas, and it would be like obsolete for me to claim all. But some points really hit home.
I'm hoping that whatever it is that you guys held individually and consecutively as together on a common subject, that you guys kind of see
Yeah, no, yeah,
where
definitely.
where you are at and how you want to proceed from there,
Yeah.
basically. But if that's the case, I am open to take more, uh open for more readings. If not,
Hey,
also down to
I'll be down to do when that was I don't know as far as like the decks that was chosen.
what do you
Um,
mean?
like I don't understand like between the three different decks. Like, what is?
Oh,
Good question.
well,
Good question.
between the three different decks, they're each powerful in their own ways, right? So usually, like this deck right here, my Dreams of Gaia deck, this kind of goes in deeper than than what my other decks can pick up on. This one goes through all the major and
Yo,
minor
wow,
arcana,
Gemini, the
so
fucking
therefore it's
largest
gonna
Mexican dude I've
literally
ever seen in my
pick
life.
out different
That dude is fucking. He used to go
vibes,
by
different
Big Fat.
situations from where you're at,
His
and pick
big
out
brother was
what
like
which
well
ones it's
established
gonna
back in the
need
Bible.
paying attention to,
I've known him for
if
so
that makes
long,
sense.
bro.
It does. But as far as the other
But
two,
he
what
actually is. He's actually
I,
got
I would assume
he
there's
got decent.
more
He's
than
good,
this
bro.
three
He's not
or
trash. So
more,
like
right?
before, he was
Well,
pretty like all over the
I
I
don't
place.
have
know though.
different
I'm just
decks for different reasons. My first deck I use for the general public because that's the first ones I start on, and I know those cards like the back of my hand.
right.
The other two decks I save because they're specifically used for certain things. Like my Dragon Fey deck goes up to an 11 card reading. That's a journey as a whole. So I use those cards to read the journey as a whole of a person where it takes certain aspects of people's lives and put it in a perspective of this is why you do the things that you do,
Right.
type of shit.
I'm a
So it
savage.
breaks it down
That's
for
what I
you.
do, baby.
And when
I
I do
do
the
drugs.
the 9, 11, and 12 card readings and pullings, it takes a lot out of me. That's a lot of energy that I have to go and I have to
So
explain, break down, and
it's a
so
bigger,
forth.
it's a bigger draw.
Oh, it's depending on the time and how much the person wants to find out about themselves, usually depends on how much energy I have to take from that person, their heaviness, and put it into me, and I'm the holding. And think of it as a rock tumbler. I'm polishing the shit out of these energy.
Right.
And so therefore it's taking my own resources and I am
Listen,
mixing with theirs, and
listen.
therefore have to
Like
purify.
you're on a Gaia deck, and you like pull out your cards,
Yes,
and like
yes.
what's just crazy, like some shit hits you, and you're like, would you play it?
Exactly. Think it's transmutation, transformation type of shit.
Like, so it would depend on
Yeah.
some fucking
Like
dude did
if
some
you
shit, and
said
you
you would
just
want
like did
a
this.
five
That's
card
good.
reading
Rolling
right now,
smooth. I like it.
I would have to be
I'm
looking
excited to have the
directly
other
at you,
computer
and
back,
I
bro.
am making that connection of energy where I'm shuffling the
And the
cards.
fact that
I'm
I've had some time
using
to make other
my
money, I'm
body,
gonna buy
my
this other
vessel,
piece so that we
but
can
I'm
bring
not here.
like hella cameras. We can
I
use
like I
like
understand this shit, but I guarantee I don't guarantee that shit, but
we definitely can use like
as far as the five
really
cards is
cool.
played and like some shit
Yeah,
like kind of like
it would be fire.
well, you would have to play it though, right? Or nah?
What do you mean you would have to play it?
Like something forced you to do it, and then but
Then
like I
nothing
know
forces me to do anything. It's just that I take some of your energy into the
right,
cards
right.
because, you
I'm just
know,
saying that like another like if
This
you
nigga
had to
little
play
money's in
it and
there.
something was like I already put out it,
I
but
mean,
you
like
like
the representations are
Even
like
if we're
it's
sitting
like
on there,
fate,
dog, look,
right?
there's
The
another
cards that were
person.
drawn
It
were
bumps
drawn
us
on
up on the
purpose.
live.
yeah
Like it's
something
not
that
like
yeah.
People
she
have
doesn't
us
put a
subscribe
spell
to
on the
us. It's
deck
like
or anything. She
No,
just
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
but
do
like,
witch nothing. I don't
as
do
far as
anything. I
fate,
mean, just
as far as fate, like something would kind of indwell in you to be like, I don't even know why this shit even happened, but the shit that was pulled,
because this
I
is
have
your
to play.
energy. This is you
Right.
explaining this, and
So it would,
it's your
it's
energy. It's my
possible,
voice.
right? It's possible though. Like, as far as like, we had to play that one.
but like yeah, with your energy present mixed with that, yes, the cards are gonna read what you're hearing, right? If I'm
As
not
far as like,
doing
as far as
anything.
the set number though, I'm just saying, as far as the set number, like somehow, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that this shit it was pulled though,
Watch.
or you had one card and you're gonna lay it down, and somehow it like
No,
it would have it wouldn't be played.
no. It's what you're thinking about is what
I get it though. It's a hard, it's crazy, but I'm just saying like if it was to happen, that'd be fucking
you're pulling the cards. Okay, think of it this way.
exactly.
I am
So it would
focusing on
have to be played,
energy, okay?
right?
And we're making eye contact. So therefore, your energy I'm pulling, it's also I'm making it
You
a
see how
part
his
of
kid's
my
not laughing
system.
right
I
now?
am the
You
vessel.
know that he's really
You
not
are
trolling.
pulling these cards. This is I am your
He's
higher
kind of smirking,
consciousness
but it's
without
got
being
nothing.
your
He's
higher
not really asking
consciousness.
questions. That's it seems like he's trolling,
Do
but
you get that? I
he's
am a
literally
mirror.
that
I
dumb.
am basically just
He's
giving you
literally
a better
he's dumber
perspective
than
to
Carlos.
understand on your current level from your higher self.
There's
That's
probably
all.
kids that have Down syndrome that do smarter things than that
I
nigga.
understand that shit. That's crazy. Like
Nigga hit the bait and blew it out of bait. Nigga, what is
It's
wrong with
not
you?
so crazy when it's just
Nigga, you
things that
can't
you
even
already know about
light
yourself.
that up.
The only
You're
crazy
crazy,
thing that I
nigga.
guess that
People
it's
sit in the same room and
weird
sit
or
next to each
it's
other for this.
surprising,
What the
it's
fuck is
when
going on, bro?
you hear the exact things you were thinking about is coming out
You
of
know what,
another
nigga? If you're
person's
not
mouth.
like one of the
It's
direct
basically
dudes who
taking
like
information
comes
that
from the
you know
cliff like
about
that,
yourself that
those
I
dudes are
don't
on
know,
probation
and
period,
it's
bro.
just giving it a voice. That's all. That's the only way that I could probably explain what you're trying to get at.
I understand that. I
Bubba
definitely.
doesn't do anything wrong though. I give him all the credit in the world because he
And
has
on
never
that note,
actually
I
like
think it's
forced me
break
to do
time
anything
because that was
or
way too deep too quickly.
you're on sleep on camera. You're on camera asleep.
But I appreciate that, Yagi.
It's
You
just
keep me on my toes.
it's just a question.
I like that. No,
Like
but that's a
no,
good
no. I'm
thing.
just saying, like you pulled one card, and but for somehow when you're gonna play it, you're like this, like, and then it would change the aspect of the whole draw, and then some shit
There's
I would have.
no aspect of the whole draw.
No,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah, but I'm
look
like
at it.
saying on some like crazy shit, like on some crazy shit, and niggas know movies and all that shit. But like it would have to be red though, because it was drawn.
It's not necessarily that it was read that it was drawn. It's just that I have to look at it and I have to read the information what it's telling me.
Right.
Why was
But
this card?
I'm not. I'm saying it would have to come into play as far as for Jane. You would be like, oh fuck.
Do you mean because
it would
of my
have to be
expressions
played.
when I look at the cards and I look at you, or like is that
No,
what?
no. I'm just saying like you had one, right? You had one, and then when you laid it down, you're like, what the fuck? There's like, and you didn't expect it. Nobody expected this shit. There was
I mean,
another
yes
one.
and no, because
I see what you're saying. Like, if you mistakenly grab two, would that be fate? Would both cards have to
No.
be
No,
red?
no.
if
It
I
wasn't. It
mistake,
wouldn't
I
be.
mean,
It
it's
wouldn't be
nothing is ever a
mistaken.
mistake.
Like, it
It's
would not
a,
be a
wouldn't be
mistake.
mistake.
So that okay, I get what you're saying. So kind of to the point is that if you were to go to draw one and when you slammed it down, there was two there. Both cards
It
would
would.
be
Yeah.
red and
there was
It
more
wouldn't be a
information to be told.
mistake.
Right,
That's basically
right.
it.
That's what they're saying.
It wouldn't be mistaken. I'm not saying it's a mistake. I'm just
Oh
saying
no,
like
I mean, like if I were
somehow.
to like grab more cards or like that's just part of the pool. That's the part of the message that you're seeking the
I
answer
couldn't
to your
see you
question.
right now at first.
And if there's
It
more
was
Yes.
like
to
right
be
here, like
said,
you
then
blocking me.
obviously there's more to be said to
I was
be
like, damn,
dived
is he
into.
gone?
It's
And it would be crazy at every pull too. Like all the number ones was like just like doubles, and it was this shit would have. Absolutely, like yeah, we need to get this.
but
Nigga.
it's the person that
We need to get him.
the more
Nah,
that you touch
if
these
I needed
cards,
to bounce you out, I'd just bounce you out or Bubba would or something. You're good, bro. Everything you're not doing anything. Like I said, I always tell you I appreciate you being serious during times when we need to be serious. Even if it seems like Yagi be asking questions and it sounds like he's trolling sometimes.
I'm not.
So and I'm like, yo, but then I
hey,
use XK's face also. His facial expressions says everything. So when XK is making serious face, like, what's this boring shit I'm hearing?
No,
Like he gets
and which especially as far as crazy. Like I knew dudes that didn't have no RL spawn points, and there's no RL. Like we're not responding. Now I mean the RL portal's been closed a long time ago. Like so some nigga like
it's life.
I can't. There's no respawn point, and it's really crazy.
What the
It's
fuck
like
are you
it's
talking
weird.
about? You're talking about like we're in the simulation, we can't portal back to real life. You're stuck.
They
in
said we're gonna need to drop a dime in this nigga, and then I was like, "What's crazy is there's no respawn point though."
but who's to say that you're not already doing that when you have virtual reality at your fucking fingertips?
Yeah, it's
When
crazy.
you have the
Okay,
Oculus and
alright.
stuff like that. Who's
Yeah.
to say
I
that
think
you're not
Mars figured
downloading?
out what he was actually
Even
saying.
without the Oculus, we're doing it.
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
yeah, and it's crazy as fuck though. That too. We was out like I was like
Look
with
at Gemini, you
XK,
can tell he lives in
literally
Cutler.
fell off a mountain.
Cutler
or
or
we
Rossi.
fell off
Look
a
at this
mountain,
shit.
and
Motherfucker's got the step
I
stool
died.
outside.
virtually
This is
and
crazy.
reality.
Bro,
because
I fell to
had
my
put it
floor in
down.
real life because of how real it was. I was like,
You already know you can hate
like
this
fell
nigga. He's
to
a
the
Kansas
ground,
City
right?
Chiefs
It's
fan.
crazy.
See,
But
that's
I'm
you're
just
right.
saying,
It's getting
like
very real.
as far
Son of a
as
bitch.
far
I
as like
forgot he's a
virtual
KC fan.
reality, like as far as what we
Fucker.
doing right
Fuck
now, I don't
Mahomes.
have a respawn point. And
That's the thing is this right
I'm
here is
sorry.
virtual reality just without the hits.
I'm
It's
sorry,
still us
man.
making reality out of virtual. Like
But it's just crazy. I'm just crazy. As far as like some cards that are dealt, if
we're
one happened to
combining
be like they're
virtual
all
and
dealt,
reality. There we go.
they're all dealt, but one happened to be like a it's crazy, you know. That's
I didn't
fucking
hear what you
crazy.
even said.
Yeah, it bleeped out right when you said what you
Yeah,
said.
right at that point when he's about to finish the sentence, it bleeps out, and I thought I was the only one. I'm like, well, fuck me, bro. All right, go.
the world may never know. Dab time, everybody. Dab time.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you guys are my favorite. Like you know how to pop shit off perfectly. I
They
appreciate you.
both challenge to inform.
A form?
No, they challenge to inform with the purpose to inform.
Uh,
It is
Like
true.
that's how I've been listening to it. Like I definitely see where Yagi was going, and I like how X can kind of come in and help like redirect a bit because
Yeah.
I don't really have an understanding of how tarot works either. So I
so
appreciate the fact that they're asking these hard questions. It kind of
I
gives me
basic
better perspective.
I
Amen.
can break it down to
Thank
you
you.
this way.
Thank you.
The way that you want to be, you ask the question, right? How does tarot work? I could say this: it's a vibe check. That's all it is. It's a vibe check. It
That just
tells you,
sounds like
you
something
know,
Mars would say.
where you're at. Are
I'm
you
kidding,
at
chat. I'm kidding,
emotionally,
YouTube. I'm joking.
mentally,
Mars is amazing.
spiritually? What is it that you're trying to achieve? What are your goals? It
Yagi's a
is
bit
basically
crazy, but
gathering
we're
counsel
dealing with it.
from another person, a perspective who has other pair of eyes
Nigga
that
Joey been falling
maybe you're
asleep for
not quite
hours.
seeing the clear picture that your higher self is trying to tell you, and your higher self is
He
getting
talked to that
frustrated
girl,
with your
secured
dumb
some
ass because
pussy,
you're
and he
not
goes home. So
understanding.
he's
That's
like,
not
I'm
your fault.
straight, bro. I can sleep like a
That is
baby.
absolutely not your fault whatsoever.
He's
So
like,
you
and
kind of
she's
need
gonna pay
another
my rent.
person who understands on that type of level. Like, look,
Oh,
dumbass over here is not getting it.
yeah.
Maybe you could shine the light just a little bit, and it's like, oh, I see the light. Here you go. That's all it
Nigga said I'm
is.
gonna drink
And
all
I'm
the
not
Dr.
saying
Peppers.
dumbass as a bad thing. I say dumbass as a term of endearment because I
Mr.
say
Pibb is
dumbass to
way better
myself
than
all the
Dr.
time.
Pepper.
So don't think that I'm
Man,
talking down. I'm just saying that I'm just being real.
God.
It's another
There's
word
like
for silly
Look at that
goose.
fucking
You're
dog.
just being a silly
Look how
goose.
exactly
cute that dog is. Yo, I
exactly, and
can't do pit
there
bulls
are
ever
times
again.
where
I
your
won't do it,
guardians
bro.
are like
Fucking
tired of
pain in
telling
the
your
ass.
ass of what to do, what to say, and like who to
But
avoid.
German
So
shepherds are way
you're gonna
cooler.
learn the hard way anyways. And when you learn your
And you know
hard
what,
way,
bro?
you also gain wisdom from
My
that.
pits were
Like,
cool,
oh,
bro, but
I've
they're
never knew
stupid.
about this information.
All of them.
Now I
Every pit
do.
I've ever had
You
has
can
been
apply it
retarded.
at different ways, and if you can't apply
Like,
it,
they're
then
great dogs.
therefore
I
you
like
throw that
seeing.
shit in the fucking bucket and you start all over. And then if you like where your shit is going, you manifest the hell out of it, and I hope you get what you want. That's
It
all
brings
it is.
it brings your subconscious to light when otherwise you're not in tune with your own self and your own emotions
But
and your
that's
own
the whole
actions.
thing. You have to be in tune with yourself and the world around you. Otherwise, you're not going to see nothing.
Yeah.
You can say that the sky is blue all day long, but somebody's always going to go ahead and look under just in case you might be telling a fib. I mean, as human beings, like we are all, as we're all under born evil, we're all born of sin. But also we have to be self-aware that are we doing the right thing? And if oh my gosh, cute puppy, distracted. Crap. If we are constantly asking if we're doing the right thing, that is the form of being self-aware of consciousness. And when you start being self-aware of your consciousness, you can start definitely uh unraveling yourself in a sense, but also going through the easiest parts of who to avoid because they make us feel this way and we trust our gut type of
But,
thing.
you know,
That's all that
she'll
really
never
is. It's a
bite us,
check in, it's a check vibe. Like,
you know,
at the end of the
trying
day,
to
you
bite
make
us.
your decisions for yourself,
I was the stupid man that
regardless
stuck
of
my
whether
fucking
it's
fingers
good,
in her
it's
mouth.
bad,
The crocodiles
it's,
too, bro. They just crush you.
not anything. It's still a choice you make, and with every choice there's a consequence to always upheld. As long as you are aware of these decisions and you keep yourself accountable in all you do, then nobody can really touch you. The What you develop in yourself, and when in your self-awareness, is you develop your essence, where you just become this genuine person. And being genuine scares people to death. Why? Because it means that they can't hide behind fakeness or mask, because you just existing in light in yourself and just being a beacon and all of that intimidates others, because others cannot love themselves for who they are and they're affected by the light. you know Everything that is
How
done
do you
in the
control
dark
a
will
100
soon
pound
find
dog,
its
you
way to
know?
the light type of shit. So regardless, people are going to be
The
intimidated
shepherds have been
by
great, and
your
they'll continue to be.
genuineness.
Those
That's what they
those
say,
niggas just smell
kindness
you
shouldn't
walking
be
down the
represented
street,
as
bro.
weakness, because you can use
They knew you
kindness
guys pulled up
in
in
the
the car
heat of
yesterday
battle,
before you even
and
turned
it will
around.
drive a person mad,
Apollo was already
because
on it.
they've never experienced or couldn't even fathom what
Pops, there's people
that
in here.
feels like.
Metaphysical Mondays.
Shut up, Mercy, dumb hoe. She's not home. Just kidding.
It
I know.
kills.
Mars has bars. She just doesn't know it yet.
Oh, I've always known it. I just don't show it.
I'm just kidding. I totally know you have bars.
Music's not my thing unless I'm playing an instrument and possibly singing with other people. But other than that, no. No. But yeah,
Dab time.
dab time.
Hitting the puff go. That's what Drowies do. What up, Gemini? How are you, bro?
I was about to say hi, so I got here late, I guess.
Hey, let's out here. Let's go.
Oh, where you guys?
Oh, that KC jacket is fire, man. I was born and raised out there, Kansas City.
Kansas.
Oh, hell yeah.
I was out in
Oh,
Yeah, hopefully Mahomes breaks a leg. Stupid ass Chiefs.
I don't know. Do you want to ask the cards?
Hey, Gemini.
Did I grab a
rock mad
pendulum?
KC. I rock mad KC, and when I do, it say Kansas City. I'm like, nah, Kern County. Hella KC.
I see that a lot out there, like in
Yeah,
fuck was I?
the Bakersfield area.
Yeah, there you go. Nah, I'm a real Chiefs
Yeah.
fan. So.
Yeah, that's what's up. Some dude was like, you must like the Raiders because you're always drinking and driving. I was like, damn. I was like, no, I don't.
Yo, is the beef with the Chiefs and the Raiders even still on now that it's the Las Vegas Raiders? Like, we're gonna keep the?
No, it's still on.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
yeah, nope, still
Yeah,
continuing.
It's still on like Donkey Kong and
They're
all
in
the
the same division, bro. They're gonna hate each other for life. Like we hate Arizona, we hate Seattle, dog. We fucking hate Seattle. Oh man.
I'll hug my Kansas City Chiefs, my people, but I'm still gonna whoop that ass.
Some crazy shit. They put the fucking cellar doors underneath the stadium again just to get these Raider fans under control. Cause these niggas fugazi.
All right, yeah, you ain't gonna talk shit about my Raiders, not on my TV.
No, I'm saying they put
Not
the
on my
holding
show.
cages. They put the holding cages. I fought with the Raiders. I grew up a Raiders fan. Like that's what's funny when you're born into a family that likes the Raiders, you don't really pick a team. You're just born into it.
Yeah, I was a Niners fan, but then we kicked their ass.
Nah, calm down.
Right up.
Welcome, Bobby. Hello, sir. Welcome.
I was like 5 with Raider fucking pillowcases that somebody sewed for me. Like that's crazy. Like you know, you're kind of
everybody watching on
way.
YouTube, go to Phoenix Fireglass and buy everything. Don't at me.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
You're kind of born into your team. You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna disapprove with the team.
See, I never got into sports, man. Like I pretend to watch it at the bar while I just listen to what people are talking about around me and shit. Like,
right.
I don't know enough about the players. You can't keep up with the names, stats, any of that shit.
That's okay though. I think it's kind of like some people are just into it, some are not, and if you're not, that's all right.
Like I can watch it for 5 or 10 minutes and I'm on to the next thing, but that's really with anything, man. I don't get to really sit down and enjoy it live.
You do all kinds of other cool stuff too, though. So that's kind of like it outweighs other things.
It's crazy. Like when some nigga be like, "Hey man," and they assume you know, but you have no idea, and you're like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Oh fuck," and I'm just like, "Oh, do you watch the game? No."
They're like, you know, Joe Montana, you know, he just threw 10 touchdowns, and Yagi be like, yeah. I'd be like, that dude's been gone for years.
This nigga's giving me a hug.
That's dope.
All right, Marsh, it's his dog, I know. Mute yourself, Yagi. While Mars is talking, though, of course. She down there chilling. All right, Mars.
That's
go ahead
not my camera. That's her
I
camera.
can't with the fucking.
The squeaky toy is hella fucking cute, though. No cap.
Mars,
I
what
want
the
a
hell?
squeaky
Mute
toy
your
now.
camera.
That's the
Not
same shit.
anymore.
My dogs
Stop.
be doing the same stuff. All right, go Mars. Go ahead and continue.
Oh, that's kind of hard now because all I can think about is squeaky.
Does anybody want a reading?
Please also do not forget to link the my link tree below, Starlight Hollows, where you could go ahead and have the Cash App, Venmo, or Amazon wish list you're choosing.
Little money. You heard it first.
Let me hit up the Amazon wish list one quick. I'm curious to see
Exactly.
what's on there. Hey, let me see.
Probably mostly tools, books, and other variety of things.
All right, yeah, let me hit that up. Send me it. I want to see.
You definitely head up for the link tree, and it'll give you a decision what to hit.
I might have to do that.
But my 1 card pullings are for 5, 3 cards are for 10, and a 5 card is for 15.
Let's go.
The 5 card represents the journey that you're on right now. The 3 card represents your past, present, and future, and a 1 card represents a specific question a specific question you have, or you leave yourself open to interpretations.
Talk that shit. I like that. That was very cute of you. See if you could do that again real quick. Dick.
Right.
All right.
Head. Period.
Tell that dog to knock off the ruckus. He can't even. It's a baby.
Cute.
It's a baby. You can't. It's not like you can tell
You
a dog
can't tell.
stop having fun. You know,
No.
like.
Oh, I
I'm the same
can't.
way. Yagi, we have all
I
kinds of wild
can't.
stuff, bro. We buy the most expensive dog treats and stuff for them, and when we go over there, it's hilarious, bro. Yo, you check my Instagram. You can see 11 beautiful German
I'm
Shepherd,
jelly.
AKC registered German
You
Shepherd
should.
puppies.
I'm hella jelly.
Let's get it cracking. But okay, go ahead and
got that
continue.
golden.
My bad, Mars.
No, you're good. I like puppies too.
It's love.
I'm
It's
cool
a
with
different type of
puppies.
love, you know.
It, no doubt it is. It's a companion. It's a forever friend.
Mars
That's
is
for
the
sure.
puppy whisperer.
I am not a puppy whisperer.
That puppy
Those
was
things were
like
yipping.
falling asleep in your arms.
It was not. It just was aware of the damn camera and it knew how to be cute.
Maybe it was falling asleep.
I know that thing was yipping to be on the ground and exploring elsewhere.
I love the independence, though.
Exactly,
They're
and I'm just
babies.
like, all right. They weren't babies. They were already wanting to go and crawl. That's it. Ooh, he took a shot. If anything, if nobody's interested in readings, that's perfectly fine. I can get into the next topic of astrology charts and how they work.
Let's go.
Because
Gemini had raised his hand for a reading.
Gemini had a what? I did not see that.
Gemini, you're
Go for it.
interested in a reading? Are you
Unmute him.
You're muted. You're muted. Gemini. I think that's probably that's probably why.
No, I was saying that I don't have none of that shit like Cash App or anything like that.
Oh, okay, that's straight. You don't have to like. She's only leaving that open for donation suggestions if you want to.
No, I know, but I would want to drop
Or
something.
if you wanted to set something up on the side, right here, she's offering them directly if folks are interested.
Yeah.
I said that the right way.
I need to set that up soon, but I just haven't got it.
You're good.
Well,
good.
that's all you like. If like I said, I could send my Linktree account. It could show you what you can do, and that's all. That's how it can.
Again, that's
Even if
know,
you don't have that.
that's just as a donational factor for.
Oh,
She
yeah.
does offer here at the show, not to speak directly for her, but I just want to make it as clear as possible. What the hell do you want?
For sure.
Yagi. Go ahead, Yob.
Thank you.
Oh, no worries. Thank
Hey,
you.
yo, Gemini. Hey, Gemini, are you a Gemini?
Yeah.
My nigga, I am. My nigga, give me a
Actually,
hug.
that's actually a really good question.
Give me a
Yep.
hug, bro. I fucking June 14th, like bring it in, bro.
I'm
Leave
actually,
it
I'm
behind.
actually, I'm actually born on June 17th.
Uh, we're practically the same nigga.
Let's go, June 11th, right here.
Yo,
I'm dead.
Oh, yeah, oh, 3 way. Oh, shit, all the
I'm
niggas
You
hugging
surrounded
would
me.
be a
by
Gemini,
airheads.
Bubba.
I'm a Libra. Leave me alone.
Libra.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I feel attacked.
Gemini is strong, man. I feel so rejuvenated and powered up.
Let's
Must
go.
be all the Gemini fucking niggas just like we all doing this shit in the whip. We all together and we all bumping in, and this like our chakra auras is just getting insane.
All right, Mars.
God, you shut up.
All right, Mars. Go ahead. Mm. You're muted, Mars. I don't know why you're muted, actually.
This channel has special permissions to speak in it. You'll need someone like a server monitor to unmute you. Wow.
I got you. I don't know. I might have muted you by accident. I apologize.
I feel
I
like
was
I
really
went
trying to
back to
mute
being.
Yagi. Yagi is getting who's
Anywho,
getting off. Oh, shouts to the carrot. All right, go ahead, Mars. Please explain to us. I know.
anywho, I did my astrology chart and it explains so much. Like the day that you are born and the exact time and where place all pretty much go for the aspect of the type of person you are and the type of personality aspects, how you act, why you do the way things you do. Not everybody believes in this, but to a certain aspect and degree, it was pretty fucking spot on. And the way that a friend of mine explained it to me, that if you look at certain of your houses, you can actually search for the person that pretty much complements you in every way. That's some deep insight about if you were looking for your Mr. or Miss or whatever type of thing you're into. I don't say thing as in a thing, but you know, these days everybody has a label for stuff. Anywho, and it really does make sense of where it is at in your specific houses of nodes, your south node, your north node, your Cherion, the wounded healer, like like the constellation where the Aries and certain degrees form a personality. And it kind of gives in a deeper perspective of we as humans are not just made up of cells, bones, and skin and vessels. We are also made up of, the the stardust and shit like that if we are so close to the alignment of planetary and shit and things like that to be in store. And it got me thinking, well, if we do that, we could actually probably figure people out a lot better and wonder if they have the best intentions for us. A lot of the time, yes, people grow hungry with power, and therefore it's a lot easier to dodge and weave and avoid certain situations and certain aspects of people who don't really want the same things at us, but they still want access to your type of energy. Why? Because it's so good. It's just so delightfully fun to take your energy and not give anything back. And when you have things like that, like charts, it could be a very intimate detail of how to really manipulate a person through that shit. So it could be used for either good or bad, depending on that person's intention. Not many people know that because, they think it's a bunch of hogwash. Well, you're welcome to your beliefs, but it's never really led me completely 100% wrong. Now, when I say that, I mean it's my own damn fault for my own decisions that I make either way. They're basically like saying, hey, these are warning signs, these are red signs, regardless if you decide to continue or not. Please be aware that this person is capable of these types of situations. And if you trust your gut enough, you start recognizing these certain flags in these specifications of where your houses are at. And if they don't put 100% up a line, you're not going to really make it with this person. You're going to have issues. So in this case, it's kind of like a cheat sheet to how to avoid the bullshit
Facts.
and get exactly what you want without going too much heartache.
Yeah.
Just depending on how a person plays the game at the end of the day, like in all things.
Spicy.
Highly spicy. It told me
Yeah.
shit about myself that I wasn't ready to hear, and I actually started crying because I ended up hurting my own damn feelings about you can't cry about this. You knew damn well you can't hide from this. And I'm like, fuck, you fucking right. I need to start fucking doing better on certain things. But it also holds yourself on accountability. And that's the whole thing. Not everybody holds everybody else like themselves on the same accountability.
Yeah.
You want shit to be right for you, well, you got to do right by others too. It's a give and take. And whether or not you want to acknowledge that, you got to. Otherwise, you will never learn and you will never grow and you can never reap what you sow, what you want it for yourself. If you constantly are negative, you're gonna constantly grow negative shit. And it's never gonna be you're never gonna be happy. You can't cut corners with your happiness ever. You can try to, but it gets boring, it gets stale, and then therefore you desire more. When you really like you think if you fill yourself up on a salad, no, you're not. You need more than that. You need
Yeah.
more than that to sustain your interest. It needs to fill you up on all levels of your emotional, your spiritual, your physical, and your mental. All of that plays a key role in how you vibe with the person you want to vibe with. What you got to vibe with the purpose. And if you yourself don't know your purpose, then you do not deserve somebody who does know their purpose and you cannot steal that energy from them. That's not right.
Yeah.
It has to flow and you have to be able to sustain each other for your purposes are aligned. And if they are not aligned, but you're smart enough to know like, hey, we are drifting apart. We respect each other's boundaries, but we don't have to talk down on each other. You don't have to disrespect one another. You could just go about your ways and be done with it. But people like to play games, and because when people hurt, they want to hurt people. And this therefore goes into that thing of hurt people like a disease. And when you really break it down, disease, and it sounds like de escalation a lot of the time when you should be upgrading, you should be uplifting.
As far as disease, though, I guess it wouldn't matter in the long run.
What do you mean? What do you
Because you
mean?
wouldn't, you somebody that would do that wouldn't see the live to the incline or decirculation, right?
Well, if a person is vibrating from a lower level, of course not. All they could see is like their own mishaps or things that they're not ready to hold accountable to themselves, have themselves be held accountable because they're so ready to point the finger at everybody else but them. And then why would you want to be around that type of person in the first place? Because then that starts breaking down your confidence. That starts bringing you down onto their level when you were already at a better, you know, you respected yourself. You disrespect yourself when you start becoming that negative and always down and just like, don't want a solution to your situation, but just want to constantly harp on it and talk about it and give it more manifestation to bring it to life. And then therefore cause it to affect others around you. And then nobody wants to be around you because you're so damn ugh, annoying. You never have anything, nothing positive to say, not a damn nice thing. Why would anybody want to be around that?
as far as like bringing up a Gemini, what is like? I'm just curious because I really like. I was always the one that would read a horoscope and it says like some crazy shit. But I
Gemini
think
has this way of making you self-aware on accountability because depend on where Gemini sits in your house. It's where it represents intelligence and way of thinking and certain things. There's at times where Gemini has this way of saying one thing and doing another because they are the twins.
right.
You know, it's different as night and day, depending on what time you were born, what day, whether it was night, whether it was noon, afternoon. It all plays a role on where your houses are sit on certain things. And you can have more aspect in others depending on your your rising sun and moon and things like that. The sun represents your personality, you as a person. Your moon represents, mother,
But
emotion,
that's
stuff like
crazy.
that.
That's crazy because I never asked my mom, was I born in night or day? It never, and I never. I don't know because I never asked it, and nobody never said it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you're born at night, or you're born in fucking lunchtime.
Well, it would say on your birth certificate if you have that.
I
And
have it.
if you like, Yagi, like after this, I could do a personal reading for you and I could break it down if you like.
I
And
definitely
it
have
could
my
probably
birth
explain
certificate.
so much why you have certain aspects
I
or
didn't.
why you tick the way you do.
I didn't bring my birth certificate or go buy bullets the other day, which is fucking insane. It was
All you
crazy.
really need is your name, your birth date, what time you were born, and where you were born. Those are the four things. That's all you really need for an astrology birth chart.
What about the line in the hands? That shit's different.
What do you mean?
Like how like they could read the palm.
That's on a whole different subject. The palm reading goes. I'm not really experienced in palm reading. I don't really have a desire to because I don't like touching directly on hands because that's how you transfer people's energies
Right.
like a lot faster. And I
It's
just
like you
personally,
you
I
uh,
don't
you
do it.
would you would technically like absorb it and it would make it like some crazy
No,
fucking
it's
shit.
not that. It's just I don't want to be in touch with other people's energies if I don't have to directly
Right.
because
You
then
wanna it
energies
would bring you
linger.
up these fucking feelings. I was like, I
No,
get
not
I
at
get I
all.
get
It's
I get that shit though. Like if some motherfucker like
He's eating
you
sunflowers.
would put forth some crazy shit.
All you niggas in the sunflowers
Well,
eating.
yeah,
That would be
because this
crazy.
is my sacredness. This is my energy. And why would I want to put directly be in harm's way, you know, if it's not good for me? That's just
I
personally
feel
not
that.
my craft.
It's crazy as fuck. Like, cause as far as like as a professional standpoint, I've reached multiple hands. I've reached for multiple hands, and it was crazy as far as like my profession and shit. They're like, no, and it's crazy. They give me, you want to do an elbow, you want to do a fist bump. The fist bump's the same shit, but as far as like my profession and shit, when somebody actually reaches in and put it through, and I do it to a lot of people, when it happens, it's on this. Now it's
It's the
so crazy.
intention. If you already like, okay, say it this way. If you feel like if you touch somebody and you kind of feel like a certain like zap or it's just like either you feel a connection or you feel like a caution. 'Cause it's either one of those. And when I feel like with palm reading, I feel like you have to exchange energies in order to like read the lines. And I'd rather not exchange energy with somebody I don't know, somebody that could still have access to me.
I
And
wouldn't
at
blame
least
you.
with card reading, they don't have access to me because I don't remember shit. I purposely forget. And that's just for my own safety. I have to put up guard. I have to put up my guard. I have to put up protection
Like
because
what,
I don't want shit to be lingered on me.
like what's
I already
crazy
have
is
to
like
deal with enough.
I knew this dude. Like this had nothing to do with anything, or maybe it does. I don't know. I met this dude and his wife. They're old. They're older than I am. Like they're way older. Wife died. When COVID hit, I'm pumping gas in my fucking car. I'm pumping gas. Dude pulled up right next to me, crazy as fuck. Dude pulled up next to me, looked at me, and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" Oh yeah, this happened. I already knew it happened. Yeah, that happened, and he kind of did one of these, and I was like, man, I knew you too long, man. I know you. We reached in and we did a hug. It was a long hug. It wasn't too long, not like Dave. This nigga was old, and it was like crazy. Nobody was doing that shit. That shit was like now, cause of COVID shit. You don't do that shit, and I did it. Like I could give a fuck of whatever happened, but it was kind of crazy. I knew this dude and his wife. They always were together. And the only thing I could see when I saw this dude, it broke my heart. I just wanted to hug him.
Yagi, what's the point of it? You're kind
Nothing,
of rambling. No offense.
nothing. I hugged him. And amongst the community that doesn't do that no more.
I'm good. um, I really don't have anything else other than pretty much chill. Absolutely. Night, y'all.